Okay, good morning, Group 4. Thank you for doing that review sheet that Miss Millie so kindly was able to copy for you this morning. I hope that you were able to work together as a group and get it finished. So the last thing that we're going to do for today is just introduce lesson 10.4, as you can see here on my screen. So please grab your math book and meet me on page 393. So go ahead, do that now. And then we're not going to do too much with this. We're just going to really introduce it, take a look at it, and we'll dive more into this tomorrow when I'm able to sit with you face to face. So once you're on page 393, you can pause and then hit play, and I'll continue with the lesson. So hit pause, get your book out, get your pencil, and then hit play when you're ready. Okay, so you have your book out on page 393 with your pencil, and we see here we're going to classify quadrilaterals. So how can you sort and classify them? Well, first, what is a quadrilateral? So follow along with your pencil. A quadrilateral is a polygon with 4 sides and 4 angles. You can name a quadrilateral by the vertices of its angles. So over here, they drew an example. And it sort of, to me, looks like a square that's kind of shifted a little bit, right? And you'll notice that they named the quadrilateral by putting the letters down to label its name. So quadrilateral A, B, C, D is a possible name for the figure shown at the right. Quadrilateral A, C, B, D is not a possible name since points A and C are not endpoints of the same side. So basically, we had talked about this last week when we were naming angles and triangles. The points have to touch in order for you to go in any specific order. You cannot jump across the shape like this to name it. So you can't go A, C, or D, B. You have to follow along the line or the perimeter of the shape in order to name it. We can see that there are parallel lines that run. Line BC is parallel to line AD. And if we look over here to the side, line AB is parallel to line DC, because remember, parallel lines are lines that never touch. If we take a look down here towards the middle of the page, you'll notice some other common quadrilaterals. You've seen these before. Let's go through them. This is a trapezoid. It has one pair of parallel sides, the top and the bottom. But if you notice, thank you. If you notice, the sides are not parallel, because if I were to extend this line, which I will show you in a second, like this, they would eventually touch. Therefore, they are not parallel. They would be intersecting. Then we have our parallelogram. Like I said, it has 2 pairs of parallel sides. There's a pair, there's a pair. And 2 pairs of sides of equal length. Then you have your rhombus. Again, has 2 parallel sides. And 4 sides of equal length. Every single side is the same. Then we have our rectangle. 2 pairs of parallel sides. Again, your sides, your top and bottom. Perfect. 2 pairs of equal sides. This side and this side are the same, and the top and the bottom are the same. Now, another thing it has, if you'll notice here, 4 right angles. So Miss Meadow, what does each angle have in it? Yes, a box. Sorry about that. Get that away. So that box tells us that every angle is a right angle or equal to 90 degrees. And lastly, we have our square, which also has 2 parallel sides, top and bottom, 4 sides of equal length. Every side is the same. And it also has, Meadow, again, those right angles with those boxes in them. All right, so take a look to study this. You can always go over with your pencil if you'd like to as well, what I did with the marker there. To take a look at your quadrilaterals. Start to think to yourself, what do a lot of them have in common? What is something they all have in common? They all have 4 sides, right? Quadrilateral. They all have parallel sides. Do all of them have right angles, or do just some of them have right angles? All right, the last thing, and you may try this if you'd like to. If not, We'll go over it tomorrow, but I'll give you the choice. Oh, let me erase here. We did this with the triangles last week. Now we're going to do it with the quadrilaterals. So if you'd like to, grab yourself a red, blue, and orange crayon or colored pencil. So from somewhere in the classroom, whether it's your binder or ask Miss Millie where you can find it in there. Go ahead and pause. Get that if you'd like to do this activity. If not, just listen. So pause if you want to do the activity. Don't if you want to just listen. All right. So use the quadrilateral color guide to color the quadrilaterals. So if you're coloring red, the shapes have exactly 4 right angles. What's the clue if it has a right angle? Meadow, you should know. And it has to have 4. Color your shape blue if it has exactly 2 right angles. And color your shape orange if it has exactly 1 right angle. I'll give you a hint. There are a couple shapes here you're not going to color. Okay, some of them will have color, some of them will not. All right, I will check this tomorrow. That's the end of today's lesson. So if you are done, you have a couple choices. I will give gold stars out tomorrow, but for now, you may go on Epic, Storybird, or Moby Max, okay? Or if you'd like to do a puzzle with Caitlin, you can do that as well too, okay? All right, thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your day.